Everybody, welcome to Confidential Cinema. This is something that kind of was brought to my attention that let's hang out with some friends. Let's ask some movie trivia and let's make a game about it. But there is not a league by any stretch of the imagination. We're not trying to be anything that we're not. It's just a group of people having fun and asking questions with each other because that's what we want to do. You want to join a group because you want to play a bunch of matches and you just want to hang out with your friends. Yes, competition's nice. Yes, championships are nice. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're going to do here. We are eventually going to lead to that, and we're probably going to eventually have that, maybe even right away, but that's not our primary focus. Our focus is having fun and hanging out with our friends. So what we're going to do is we are going to have 2 test matches because we have a brand new format that I created because I want to be unique. I want to be original. I want to set it up to where it's something that you've never done before, and I also want to kind of just put my own style on it. So with that being said, we don't know if it works because all of the other formats that I've previously done before have been a sort of spin on the Schmodown, so you at least know it's probably going to work, even if you have that little twist. You still want to test it out, but you're pretty sure it's going to work. Whereas with this format, I have no idea if it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I have faith it's going to work, but I can't be 100% sure until we try it out. So we're going to do 2 test matches, and our first test match is going to be Andrew Hayes versus Mike Hanley. And spoiler alert, we recorded our second match first, so you might have a vibe of the first match was second, but just get that out of your heads now. The way we're going to put it on the video is the first match going to be Andrew Hayes versus Mike Hanley. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right, so we have Mike Hanley versus Andrew Hayes. Mike, you kind of tested this out with me in private before I even decided I wanted to do this. Do you have a decent idea of how this format's going to go, and are you confident it might work?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that this will work. It is original enough. It's of course, anything we do, it'll be kind of judged like the Schmodown format in a way, because whiteboards, you can't get away from it. You have to do stuff like that. But other than that, your round 3 especially is completely different than anything that has been done so far. So I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely. And Andrew, I've on paper I've shown you this new format, but I'm pretty sure you don't have a full understanding of the format. Or how confident are you going into this match?
I'm just here to have fun and to learn the game.
Yep. Exactly. Sometimes we just want to know if watching all these movies pays off. So, all right. So, with that being said, like in the old iteration of There Will Be Trivia, we're going to start off with a face-off question, which is, my favorite sport's hockey, and I just, like having that hockey spin on it, so I wanted to bring that over. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow the person to get the correct answer, an award, as well as a point. So it's going to give them a 1-0 lead going into the round 1 set of questions, and if round 1 has a tie, the person who had the face-off is going to have the opportunity to go first or second. So it's not that big of a deal. The stakes aren't that high, but it adds a little bit of weight of wanting to get it right. So with that being said, what we're going to do is, Andrew, since your name is A, I'm just going to give you A. Mike, you're going to yell out B. Wait to be called on once you yell it out, okay?
Okay.
What movie starring Tom Hanks is about him as an adult going back as a kid? Or him as A first.
That would be Big.
It was Big. And I even said the question wrong. I said it backwards. It's him as a kid going to an adult. And you still got it right. I was trying to trip you up and it didn't work. So with that said, Andrew, you are going to have a 1-0 lead. So here's how round 1 is going to be a little different than before. Is I like strengths, as you guys know, which at this point you guys probably know me fairly well. I like to go into a match being tested on what I like, because that's the point of it. If you claim you like it, you should know your stuff. So what we're going to do every match is the people who are in the match are going to provide a strength. And guess what? This is a little different than before. It's because it's all whiteboard. So the category that you select and the category your opponent selects, it's going to be combined, and you're going to both get questions from that. So with that said, there are no rules on your strength. You can literally ask a movie and just get 5 questions from one movie. You could ask a trilogy. You can ask a 1-2. You can ask anything that you want. No rules. You can ask movies from a specific year, a decade. It doesn't matter. There are no rules because you and your opponent have the same exact opportunity to answer the questions, so who cares? So with that said, Andrew, you selected Pixar. Mike, you selected Kevin Smith. which I think Andrew might have the slight advantage here because I think he might be able to guess some Kevin Smith, whereas Mike, we all know, is ass at Pixar. So, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Nice and simple. Let's go ahead and get this test match A done. All right, first question. Remember, it's write it down. What Kevin Smith film had Alan Rickman as a character?
Oh boy.
Or as a performance, or whatever, however you want to word that. At least with this question, you know that you just got to guess Kevin Smith. And what we're gonna do is you just say ready. I'm not gonna have pressure. I'm not trying to win him. So.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, Mike, it's your category. Let's see if you got it right.
Dogma.
All right, Andrew.
Dogma.
Wow, 1-1. Well, or should I say 2-1? Because Andrew had the face-off. All right, so the next one is going to be in Pixar. Who voices Mr. Incredible's boss at his office job in The Incredibles?
Oh.
Looking for the voice actor.
Oh man.
Oh.
I know the face of the guy.
All right, Mike looks like he's locked in. So
I'm
Andrew,
not gonna get it. So.
All right, 5, 4,
I can't
3,
pull
2,
the name.
1. All right, Andrew, he forfeited that. Mike, what was your guess?
I had no idea, so I put Henry Winkler.
Ooh, we're looking for Wallace Shawn.
There.
All right, third.
I knew the
question.
face of the guy.
Third question. What gets stolen from Bruce Willis's character in Cop Out? Based on this reaction, Mike looks like he might be tying it up.
Unless I guess it again.
Yeah. All right. Mike, let's see what you got.
Baseball card.
All right, Andrew.
Oh, I put wallet. I didn't know.
It was, in fact, a baseball card. A rare baseball card, to be specific. All right, tie game. Next question. What does Hank the Octopus consistently do to avoid being caught during his and Dory's escape in Finding Dory? We're looking for a specific thing, that he does. Andrew looks good. All right, Andrew, let's see what you got.
I put turns invisible / camouflages.
All right, Mike.
I had no idea. He throws his tentacles out.
It is camouflage. Andrew takes the lead again. All right, next question. Where do the guys play hockey in Clerks? Question that I like, because hockey. Andrew looks ready now. All right, Mike, write it up. It's not a long answer at all. All right, Mike, let's see what you got.
Well, I went specific. The roof of the convenience store.
Yeah. All right, Andrew.
See, I just guessed New Jersey because I know that's where Kevin Smith is.
I like that.
All I was looking for was roof. All right, your next question. When Riley is born, joy is one of 2 of the 5 emotions that were created. Name the other. First created, like at once. The other ones came along later. So name the second emotion that was instantly created when joy was created. Mike looks ready, so the pressure's on Andrew. Andrew, what do you got?
Is it sadness?
And Mike?
I had sad.
Ooh, I cannot give you sad, because that was not the name. So sadness. So that makes me sad. Alright. So with this one, we're looking for a description of the character. So don't overthink it. Who picks up Jay and Silent Bob where Jay tries to perform a sexual favor for them? Based on Mike's quick writing, I know he actually understood it this time and did not overthink it. Andrew, I need you to write down a guess.
Alright.
Alright, Mike?
None.
Alright, and Andrew.
I just put a hooker.
It was none. In fact, by the late Carrie Fisher.
I'm loving your answers, man.
Thank you.
Tie game with 3 to go. What is the name of the demon child who lives next door in Toy Story? Both of you look ready. Andrew, what do you got?
Sid.
Mike?
Sid.
There we go. It's still a tie game. 5-5. Look at you guys. You guys are buddies, even though you're fighting. Alright, your second to last question. What character ultimately inspires the title name of Chasing Amy by telling a story towards the end of the movie? So we're looking for the person.
That's a good one.
The person who told the story.
Alright.
I've tested this question 42 times, and I think I finally worded it right.
That's a good question. I like it.
This is 110% wrong.
Well, actually, I'm curious. I want to start with Andrew this time. See what you wrote.
It has to be Amy Adams, right?
Her name is kind of Amy Adams, but no. Yeah. All right, Mike.
Silent Bob.
Silent Bob. A lot of people wanted to say the girl, and I was like, I need to figure out a way to word this so they actually understand what I'm saying. All right, gentlemen, your final question in round 1. Who voices Jessie in the Toy Story series? A little bit of a softball to end off round 1, potentially. All right, Andrew looks ready. Mike, all right, let's start with Mike.
I had no idea. Sarah Silverman?
All right, and Andrew for the tie?
Joan Cusack.
Tie game! Wow, gentlemen. That's what the F I'm talking about. And because Andrew got the face-off question, he's going to have the choice to go first or second after I tell you how this brand new round 2 is going to go. All right, so guess what, guys? I bought a wheel. I'm going to utilize my wheel. So this format works because I've done it before with my buddies. When we play sports games, we always do 3 randoms and a suicide. You know, naturally we want to pick the same teams, so on your 3 randoms, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the wheel 3 times. If it lands on a category more than once, that counts both times. You get 3 spins no matter what. And then you get to decide if you want to choose one of those 3 categories. Doesn't matter what order it went in, doesn't matter any of that. Do you want to pick one of those 3 or not? If you definitely don't, then you can spin again, and then no matter what, you are stuck with that category. With that being said, Andrew, you had the advantage going in. Do you want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
All right, Mike, so the wheel is in hand because my lovely assistant just gave it to me. You guys were told the categories ahead of time, so I'm just going to go ahead and spin it free on your first one. All right, this is based on a true story. So, based on a true story. So, not necessarily biopics, but based on a true story. That's 1. Dark comedy. That's 2. And 3. Paul Rudd.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right, you got 3 to choose from.
Let's go dark comedy.
Dark comedy. All right.
Is there a stealing in this round, or?
There is stealing. There's also multiple choice, and because I like the number 5, you're going to get 5 questions. Dark comedies, correct?
Yep.
All right. So listen closely, Andrew, just in case there's a chance to steal. Mike, your first question in dark comedies. Who directed Thank You for Smoking?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Alexander Payne, B, Terry Gilliam, C, Ben Stiller, or D, Jason Reitman?
D.
That is correct for a point. All right, your second question in dark comedy. What job establishment does Brad Pitt and Frances McDormand's characters work at in Burn After Reading?
Do you need a specific place or just a general?
Looking job establishment. Would you like me to repeat the
A
question?
gym.
That is correct.
Gym.
This is true. Your third question. How many Heathers are in the clique in Heathers?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
4.
That is incorrect. Andrew?
3?
That is correct. Boom shakalaka laka motherfucker. Alright, your next question. A kid in what holiday comedy mistook Lauren Graham for Mrs. Claus?
Repeat the question.
A kid in what holiday comedy mistook Lauren Graham for Mrs. Claus?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, The Night Before, B, Bad Santa, C, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, or D, The Ref?
Bad Santa.
That is correct for a point. And your final question? Peter Dinklage plays the former lover of a dead man in what movie, which is also a remake?
Death at a Funeral.
That is correct, 2 points. Not bad, young grasshopper. Alright, Andrew, you are down 12-7, and now it is your time to spin that wheel! Lovely assistant, thank you. Alright, first spin. Based on a true story.
Alright.
I guess I have the magnet in that one. Movie dads. Any questions catered specifically about a movie dad? Whether it's acting or character. And the 70s.
Oh boy. Ooh. And if I go with the suicide, I have to go
It's
with
stuck
that
with
one,
it
man.
regardless. This is the equivalent of your respin in other leagues.
Damn. I mean, I'll go with based on a true story.
Based on a true story. The true story of Mike and Andrew. Andrew got his ass kicked. Alright. There we go. He finally got the joke. Took a second.
No, I got the joke. It decided whether I wanted to laugh or not.
Alright, fair enough. Alright. Based on a true story. Chadwick Boseman starred as what singer in the film Get On Up?
That would be James Brown.
2 points. Get on up! Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. I think I mixed up some songs. Alright, your second question. Who directed the Boats movie, which is based on a true story, Deepwater Horizon, and Patriots Day?
That would be Peter Berg.
2 points. Alright, for the potential lead or tie. What movie by Paul Greengrass depicts an Irish civil rights protest in 1972? So that takes place in 1972, not it came out in 1972.
I'm gonna have to go with multiple choice.
Is it A, Pride, B, Hunger, C, In the Name of the Father, or D, Bloody Sunday?
Hunger?
That is incorrect. Mike.
Can I hear the question one more time, please?
Sure. What movie by Paul Greengrass depicts the Irish civil rights protest of 1972?
What was the last one? The last option?
Oh my god, you're killing me. Is it A, Pride, B, Hunger, C, In the Name of the Father, or D, Bloody Sunday? You're making me count down. I'm trying to take countdowns out of this.
Pride. No, I'm sorry. Bloody Sunday. I don't know what I said.
Alright, you're on my last... That's right, but you're on my last nerve. 1 point. You're pushing it, kid. Andrew, your next question. I'm rooting for Andrew now. A Beautiful Mind tells the story of what schizophrenic mathematician?
Ooh, boy. Ugh. Multiple choice.
Oh my god, this one's a softball. Is it A? Is it A, John Nash, B, Albert Einstein, C, Shivanasha Ramanujan, or D, Alan Turing?
I've never seen this movie, so I have no idea. D sounds correct, so I'm gonna go with D.
That is incorrect.
John Nash.
Yeah, thank you for answering quickly and not being annoying. Big 1 point steal. Alright, Andrew, your final question, and you're down 3, so You cannot get the lead, but let's see what happens. In Spotlight, John Slattery plays what editor of the Boston Globe who was the son of a journalist portrayed by Tom Hanks in The Post?
Oh, boy. Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Matt Bradley, B, Robbie Bradley, C, Ben Bradley Jr., or D, Tony Bradley?
Matt Bradley?
Mike? Don't ask me.
Ben Bradley Jr.?
That is correct. All right, gentlemen. Round 2 in the books. As you guys see, the format of round 2 worked. Now, here's where we're going into trouble. Round 3 is different because I'm trying to make it unique, and I've tested it out on paper. It's worked out, and we'll see if it works out in the second match. But what we're going to do is I'm going to give, the person in the lead is going to choose, movie 1 or movie 2, and then they're going to receive a genre, the genre that I most think that this describes the movie. So, for example, if it's a comic book movie, I will say comic book movie, since on IMDb, comic book movie is not available. So that's the best example I can give. So it'll always be one genre that specifically is tailored to this movie to help you, get all that out of there. Because, sometimes you can be, whatever. And then you'll receive a movie description. Any movie description that does not give a character away and does not give the name of the title away. So it could be as close as possible without giving either of those away. So it might not be specifically what's written down on IMDb. So take it as that. And then you will also receive a quote. Once you receive that quote, you will have to answer one of the 9 questions one at a time. You will have to name the movie. You will have to finish the quote, because it's going to be an unfinished quote. You will have to name the year that the movie came out. You have to name the director of the movie. You have to name the character that said the movie. You have to name the actor who portrayed that character. You will have to say you have to name a co-star of the movie, so just anybody else in that movie. And you'll have to say if it made its money back or not based on IMDb. So at the bottom of the screen, there's always a budget, and it's always of what it made. So that's the numbers we're going off of, so everybody can study one specific thing. And then you also say, was it nominated? Just a simple yes or no, doesn't matter what. So spoiler alert, Suicide Squad, it was nominated. So just keep that in mind. There's always that possibility. So,
man.
And you're also allowed to pass. So what we're going to do with this test is, so say right now, Andrew, you are down 4 points. When you go, say you answer 5, and you did some passing, and then Mike gets the lead back. The ones that you passed on are going to be the ones that could potentially make or break you. So just keep that in mind when you do your passings. And you guys are both going to get the same order of the questions asked. Are we clear?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So just to make sure I ask them in the right order. Movie. Quote. Actor, character, year, director, money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. All right, Mike, you are in the lead. Choose movie number 1 or movie number 2.
Movie number 1.
All right, Andrew. Your movie is a biopic.
Oh boy.
Your description. A movie about a music group that shows their rise to fame while also showing their struggles with social acceptance and personal drama. And your quote. You can't come down here and harass my clients because they're blank. One word. Can you name the movie?
It is Straight Outta Compton.
Okay, that is correct for a point. Can you finish the quote?
Can't harass my clients just because they're black.
That is correct. Can you name the actor who said the quote?
That would be Paul Giamatti.
That is correct. Do you know his character name?
Oof, boy.
Yeah, there's always going to at least be one hard one. Remember, you can pass.
I know, but...
You're currently down 1, so keep that in mind.
But I definitely don't know it, so I'm just gonna say a random name because I don't want it to come back to bite me.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to say Steven Smith.
That is incorrect. All right. To tie it up, do you know what year it was released?
It was released in 2015.
And that is tied. And now I need you to just name the director and bounce it back to Mike.
The director was F. Gary Gray.
And that is correct. So, now Andrew, you have taken the lead, and now we're going to bounce over to Mike to see if the pressure can be put on him. Mike, are you ready?
Yep.
All you need to do is answer 2 to put the pressure back on Andrew to finish his movie. Your movie is also a biopic. And your description, a movie based on a real-life person who combines flying and filmmaking and spans the decades of the 20s all the way to the 40s and shows his real-life struggle with OCD. And your quote, I want 10 chocolate chip cookies, medium chips, none too close, blank. 3 words. Can you name the movie?
The Aviator?
That is correct. Tie game. Can you finish the quote? Remember, 3 words.
I'm going to pass on that.
Okay, so pass. Do you know the actor who said the quote? Remember, it's a tie game. You only need to hit 1, so keep that in mind.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That is correct for the lead. All right. Gonna bounce it back to Andrew then. Andrew. You got the actor correct in that. Now I need you to name a co-actor.
O'Shea Jackson Jr.
That is correct. Tied it right back up. Now I need you to say, was it nominated?
Yes, it was.
And that is correct. And the lead is back to Andrew. Now we're going to bounce back to Mike. All right, Mike, to tie it up, can you name the character?
Howard Hughes?
That is correct. Tie game. Now, let's see what happens. Can you name the year it came out? Don't push it. You can say pass.
Pass.
All right. Can you name the director?
Martin Scorsese.
And that is correct. All right, Andrew. Now, you are down 1. So the best you can do is tie. Andrew, did the movie make its money back?
I would like to think so I'm going to go with yes.
And Andrew? That is correct. Tie game. All right, Mike.
Yes, sir.
All you have to do is hit 1 of your 3. Can you name a co-actor?
Not seen this movie since it came out.
I'm going to have to start giving you 5 counts.
Passing it.
All right, pass.
Boy.
And you only get 1 pass per, just so you know. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, of course.
Was it nominated?
Yes, it was.
Mike Hanley wins!
That's what I knew. I was gonna get that.
There we go. That's how it rolls sometimes. Maybe we can jump up a nominated and make its money back up to the hires. We'll figure that out. But that's one of the things with just figuring out the score. Because, Andrew, when you're down 4, it makes it a lot tougher if he knows a lot of his. So sometimes that's how it goes. Plus, this was a trial match, so it's going to be a lot easier just to make sure the concept works, and we'll deal with the difficulty of the questions later. But, with that said, Mike, you won. What'd you think of rounds 1, 2, and 3?
I really enjoyed it. The format was great. I think this is going to work.
Think it's going to work? Andrew,
Yeah.
what'd you think of round 3? You were down 4 going in. Did you really think you had a chance given the new format?
I think just because of the movie that he got, I knew he definitely once he started getting, like, oh, it was Leo who said it was The Aviator, Scorsese directed it. Once I had finished mine, I knew once he got to was it nominated, I feel like that was a given. So I mean, it was just I really liked it, and I feel like it could have been different if he had a tougher movie. But again, this was a trial match, so it doesn't really matter. But I feel like 4 is something that isn't too terribly bad to come back from.
All right, so yeah, definitely. And just so you know, Mike, your movie or Andrew, your movie character's name was Jerry Heller.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And
I knew Jerry, I just didn't know the fucking last one.
There was no point in me passing on that, because if he, shit the bed on his, and that was the deciding one, I already knew I didn't know it. So there was no point.
And Mike, to finish your quote, it's I want 10 chocolate chip cookies, medium chips, none too close to the edge.
So, yeah, there was no fucking way I was getting that.
And it also made its money back. So with that said, guys, as you guys are going to see, this is going to be a double header, because we're also now going to do the same exact concept with myself and Jake Maringoni in a one-on-one, which, as you'll see, originally was supposed to be a team match, and then it was going to be a triple threat, and then some shithead in this video that I won't say any names, Mike Hanley, fell asleep, so he was not part of the match. So it ended up being a civil war of the formerly known as / never actually happened Total Recall, Jake Maringoni and myself. So go ahead and enjoy that. And the only difference in that match is it's going to be, we did one at a time. You answer all your questions, and then if you can just, after you answer it all, then your opponent knows exactly how many they're supposed to hit. So once it gets to that point, let us know which one you liked more, because I can't remember if I said that in that video, originally thinking that was going to be first. So go ahead and let us know down below which ideology you liked first, and let us know overall on the format, and if there's any tweaks that you like, and go enjoy part 2 of this video. Alrighty, everybody, so today is an experiment. There has been some desire for a smaller league that is more, compact, and it just focuses on, playing more often against similar people, less stakes, but also competing and taking it seriously. So my friends reached out to me, and they decided that they want to set up a small league similar to the old There Will Be Trivia on my personal channel. And I decided that, enough people wanted it, so let's, go ahead and do it. And in case you forgot, because I've been off the grid for a little, I'm Henry Confidential, and this is Confidential Cinema, which was just going to be Confidential Cinema presents movie trivia. Simple, because that's all we're trying to do. We're not trying to be something we're not. We're not trying to overdo it. We're just trying to have fun with some buddies. Like, this is literally a club. I'm looking at it as a club, just a bunch of people hanging out. And yes, if this works, we're going to have a champion. We're gonna have someone who's at the top. But at the end of the day, we're not trying to be nothing. We're not trying to overdo it. We're not trying to compete with other leagues. We're not trying to do any of that stuff. We're just trying to have fun with some friends, potentially drink some beers, have some exhibition style matches, call outs, like all that type of stuff. Low stakes, but also reaching an end goal. So with that being said, as you guys can tell, there's only 3 of us here because, well, scheduling happens, and my buddy over there lives in Australia, so the only way that we could get him, on a early timestamp is this match, and we had a last-minute cancellation. So guess what? We're doing a one-on-one with myself and Jake Maringoni, the Maestro. So that's going to be interesting, because we used to be / never really were team partners, and yeah, so that didn't pan out. And because this new league, I have decided that I am not going to compete. I am just going to be the whatever, and I am just going to make sure that the league runs smoothly, or the club runs smoothly, and we just have fun, and all that jazz. So, but we need to demonstrate the potential new format, make sure it works, and make sure you guys like it. So with that being said, Zack Ford, the Great Gonzo, whatever you want to be called, you wrote the questions for us. So let's get a little insight on you. What made you pick these categories that obviously we're going to see are a little bit obscure and weird? What made you pick these? Are you trying to screw us, or are you just trying to have fun?
I think part of it is me taking advantage of being a question writer and like writing my dream match, how I wish questions were, so I can actually win matches at some point in my life. So it made me feel more intelligent writing questions I knew the answer to.
Yeah, definitely. And Jake, just a quick word from you. You're playing me, who technically never actually was your partner. obviously it's a low stake. This is just an experiment. This is just a trial run. But how do you feel going into this?
You gave me the call and said, "Hey, you want to test out this? You want to be in this movie league that I'm creating?" And I was like, "Absolutely, man! Like, you have always been there in my corner since like the beginning of when I started this, and I've always wanted to. I love movie trivia, and the fact that I get to compete is the best gift of all. So yeah, I'm happy to do this, man, and I'm looking forward to it."
All right, sweet. I really appreciate it. And I have been on the corner. I was definitely willing to be your coach for movie Battleground.
Movie Battleground, yeah.
Since day one. All right, so technically, Zach is going to be the host because he wrote the questions, but since it'll be just easier getting the format and how we're doing things, I'm going to explain things, and he's just going to be the reader. So what we're going to do is the very first, this was a favorite, but it was also disliked. It was one of those 50-50s, but I'm a huge hockey fan, so I just like the concept of a face-off. So when you start off, you have a face-off, and it's just a simple, one question. I'm going to yell out my initial, Jake's going to yell out his initial, or we can do A and B, whatever you think sounds more fair. Well, it's a trial run, so we'll figure it out. And then just one question. You answer it, and you get it right, then you have the advantage going in, and if there's a tie at the end of round one. Or, the tie after round one. So you have the advantage of going first or second. You get that option. So it gives you a little heads up. Plus, it gives you the advantage of having an extra point opportunity. So let's one at a time. We'll start off with that.
Okay, for the face-off question, what famous child actor portrays the podcaster Teddy Kraft in Tusk?
Haley Joel Osment.
You gotta say A.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
He got it anyway. It's all right.
You got it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, because usually, in
That's
theory,
right.
we would both be fighting to get it
It's
right.
like
It would
a
be
speed
an
round.
easier
It's like a
question.
speed
Yeah.
round. It's like a speed round. Sorry. Yeah. You
But
would
yeah, you
say
got
A. Yeah. My fault. That's on me.
This is why this is a trial run, folks. So, since Jake got that point, he has a point going in, so he's up 1-0. And now, if somehow we end tied after round one, he'll have the decision to go first or second. So it's simple as that. It just builds up some momentum to start round one, and it also gives them a potential advantage. So, how round one is going to go is we're going to do it a little different. We are still going to have whiteboards, but with this, every player is going to provide a strength. No rules, because with this, you and your opponent are both going to get the same questions. So with that being said, there's no rules. You can provide a movie that you want 5 questions from. You can provide a series with only 2 movies. You can do, whatever. There's no rules because you have the same equal advantage as your opponent, so it doesn't matter. But with that said, usually it would be 5 questions per quote-unquote strength, but this originally was going to be a team match, so we split it up to it's going to be 5 questions, but it's going to be a total of 4 strengths. So it's going to be pretty sketchy. It's going to be 3 questions from mine, 3 questions from Jake, 3 questions from what would have been Andrew's, and then 1 question from what would have been Mike's.
Okay. Question 1 in the category Back to the Future. In Back to the Future, where is the lightning strike expected to hit, which will provide enough electricity to power the time machine?
Do you want a specific name or just a description?
It's a place, a type of building.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Ooh, but
Not proper now.
one follow-up. Do you want the name of the building or the type of building? There's a difference.
Type of building.
Okay.
Type of building.
And if it was the name, I'd be screwed there.
Exactly. I'm good.
Okay. So since Jake has the lead, I'll ask for yours first. Jake, what do you got?
The clock tower.
Okay, Henry, what do you got?
Clock tower.
Yes. So clock tower or town courthouse, because they're
Similar.
yes.
We're just making
Okay.
sure you didn't want the name of the actual tower.
Yes. Okay. 2 in the category of directors. Who directed the movies Rio Bravo, The Big Sleep, and His Girl Friday? It's a diverse catalog for.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, I cannot see both cameras, by the way, so I cannot tell you that.
I'm good.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
so Henry, what do you have?
Howard Hawks.
Okay, and Jake, what do you have?
The man Howard Hawks.
Yes, you guys are both correct.
His Girl Friday is the only one I've seen of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Rio Bravo is really great.
Yeah, when you said Rio Bravo, I was like, shit, John Ford, and then you said the other 2, and I was like, okay, we're good.
Exactly the same mindset.
Okay, in release dates 3 movies starring Sidney Poitier was released in 1967. Name 2 of them.
2? Fuck.
2 of the 3.
That's rough. Oh, shit.
Okay. 5, 4, 3.
The second one's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm angry. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So Henry, what'd you have?
Just in the
Was
heat
it-
of the night. I couldn't remember the second one.
That's one of
Guess
them.
who's coming
Jake,
to dinner? That's what it is. Damn it!
Jake, what'd you have?
In the heat of the night, guess who's coming to
Damn
dinner?
it!
Does anyone know the third one?
No.
I have no idea. Lily's on the field?
To Sir with Love. It's a
To Serve
Teacher-
Love. Damn, my nan loves that film.
Guess who's coming? I knew I was gonna get it, and then of course when it's
I thought that was a little earlier, so I was a little worried.
both of those movies were nominated for Best Picture. Sidney
Yeah.
Poitier not get
I
nominated.
knew
for
it had something to do. I kept thinking of Virginia Woolf, and I was like, it's like something like
Yeah.
that, and I couldn't. Yeah.
Both of those films are so similar, like the title.
Okay, in the category of Back to the Future, in Back to the Future 3, what relatives does Marty meet in 1885?
Ooh.
According to Wikipedia and what it told me.
Right. Yeah, we're not professional question writers, so in the comments if you disagree, whatever.
No, I watched all the Back to the Future movies in a row just to write 3 questions.
I appreciate that.
Okay. You both ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake, what do you have?
Guess great grandfather?
Okay, Henry, what do you have?
I had 3 greats.
Is great grandparents.
Ah.
I think
Wait.
and grandmother.
It was 2.
Great. There's 2 greats.
I just added the
So
third
great.
at the
I
last
was
second.
I second guessed myself. I was like, is
I
it
was like,
great?
it's
That sounds
1800s,
too
That's gotta be
comical.
one more, right? Damn it.
Yeah. 1885. So I was like, damn.
In the category of directors, who directed the movies In the Mood for Love, Chungking Express, and 2046?
All
Henry,
of those films are great.
Get this.
In the Mood for Love is one of the best films ever made.
This would be Paul's favorite question.
Yeah.
Okay. Henry, you good? Give it up. Okay. Jake, what do you have?
One Car Why.
And Henry,
It's an Ang
you
Lee.
want to change?
Ang Lee, so at least I wasn't way off.
That-
Don't ask me why I'm not way off. Then it'll make it worse.
That's why I just let that
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
Nothing gets cut. We want to be true. We're real here.
The Russians,
Okay.
that's it.
What turns out to be the real reason the man is advocating against tobacco in Clerks, or the customer is advocating against tobacco in Clerks. I kept this one because I know Clerks.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
I've only seen the movie once, so apparently this might be a favorite. 'Cause
Yeah, I've only seen it once, but I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay. So, Henry, what do you have?
he sells them himself.
Did you hear my question correctly?
Yeah, why does he want the cigarettes?
Just
to not be-
let's hear what I'm
Okay.
gonna say. Let's hear
Jake,
I'm
what do you
gonna
have?
say. Is it to sell cigarettes?
No, it is to sell gum.
Oh,
Ah.
that's what it was. So close. Okay.
Is it? It's like
I knew it
I
was
know the
something
scene. I
like
was like,
that.
wait a
It's a
minute.
gum
Is
wrap.
it to sell cigarettes? It's to sell something else.
Yeah, I knew it was along those lines. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know I stumbled through the questions. I want to
you're
make
good.
sure.
I know
Right.
exactly what you meant. Yeah.
Staying really on brand for me in release dates. What year saw the release of the Muppet movie?
Of course.
The Muppet movie, not the
You're talking
Muppet.
about the original.
It is called the Muppet movie.
Okay.
I'm not going to say which one it is.
Well, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what one you're talking about. I'm not a Muppets guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the other one
Yeah.
probably. So
I've
Don't
only
worry,
seen Muppets
This
in
is
Space
the
when I
only
was 4 years
Puppet-related
old.
question. Okay, Jake, what do you have?
Is it 1978?
Okay, Henry, what do you have?
2011.
It is 1979.
Oh! I'm always off by one when I don't get a movie release date.
You were close. And 2011 is The Muppets, not The
The
Muppets.
Muppets.
I thought
The
so,
Muppet
but
movie,
because
yeah.
he said so, I was like, I'll just say the other one and try and get the advantage. I'll risk the point for potentially. Was that 2011? The other one?
Yeah,
Yes,
it was.
2011 was correct for that, yeah.
At least I got
The
that.
one okay,
What's the score check and
Okay.
how many questions are left?
we have 2 more.
And what's the score?
It is 4-2.
Cool.
Okay. In Back to the Future, what profession does Biff have when they return to 1985 at the end of the movie? At the end of the first Back to the Future.
Ah.
Once again, thank you, Wikipedia. Plot summaries.
I don't know if he had a specific, so I'm hoping this is good enough.
Okay. So,
I'm ready.
Jake, what do you have?
Car cleaner?
I don't think I'm going to accept that. Henry, what do you have?
I put Marty's dad's assistant, which is why he
He's-
cleaned the card.
I had car valet, according to Wikipedia.
Oh. All right, then we're both wrong. I thought he worked for
Yeah, we're
Marty's
both wrong.
dad.
I was gonna say assistant, but I was like, is that the correct
Yeah,
term?
yeah, I don't think it ever said so. Yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
Okay, I should have watched the movie. Damn it.
That's true.
Shouldn't have.
At least,
I
at least
watched
watch
all-
IMDb. At least look at IMDb, the plot synopsis. That's what I do if I want to.
I did the Wikipedia because it had the thorough plot synopsis, but
Sometimes they're wrong.
I use Wikipedia. It helps.
okay. And directors, who directed the Coen Brothers scripted film Suburbicon?
Pretty sure this is right.
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, what do you have?
George Clooney.
And Jake?
George Clooney.
Yes, those are both correct. Okay. Oh, we have one more question.
Oh,
Good enough.
shoot.
What's up? The numbers are wrong with mine. I switch around the categories
As
and
long as
stuff.
it's 10 total. Whatever.
Okay, I believe that should be 10 total. Yeah. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10. Yeah. So, in release dates, what year saw the release of the movies Obvious Child, Starred Up, and Lock?
I was 50,
All out of my top 10 for that, or top 20 for that year.
I was 50-50 for Obvious Child, and then Locke helped.
Obvious Child is great.
You know, Lock was there to make it a little easier. Okay. Henry, what do you have?
I'm still nervous, but 2013.
Okay, Jake, what do you have?
2013.
It's 2014.
What? I'm gonna challenge
Locke
that.
is
I,
2013.
I will double check it right now.
Yeah, Locke is
This is
2013.
I took this from my database where I rank everything.
Obvious Child was released in 2013. I'm almost positive.
Okay, I could have also just wrote down the wrong answer. Obvious Child is 2014.
Is it? Okay.
Oh,
Locke.
Locke says 2013 up top, but American 2014 on bottom. So yeah.
Yeah, it's the US release.
So at
date.
least we knew Locke.
Yeah.
All right, whiteboards are done.
Okay,
Can you give us a reminder
Damn.
of the score and then?
How did I screw that up?
so the score is 5-3.
All right. So what would happen now is since Jake is in the lead, he gets to decide to go first or second. But once again, if it was tied, he still would have had the chance to go first or second. So.
Yep.
Jake, go ahead and make that decision.
I'm gonna defer to Henry.
All right. So here's how round 2 is going to be different. I bought a wheel. I'm still going to use the wheel. But here's what I'm going to do. So me and my buddies, when we play sports video games, we always do 3 randoms and then a suicide. So what you do is, for in this case, I'm going to spin the wheel 3 times. Well, 1 at a time. It's going to land on a category. I'm going to spin again. It's going to land on a category. I'm going to spin again. It's going to land on a category. The only difference is if it lands on the same category more than once, that still counts as a spin each time. So, for example, say it lands on 2018 3 times, then you're stuck with 2018. But here's the thing. The suicide is you get one more spin. So, for example, you get 3 you don't like at all, or 3 you're iffy about, or if the whole wheel you're not too bad about and you want to go one more time, you spin it one more time and you're stuck with it no matter what. No second guesses, no arguing, that's it. So, because you get up to 3 options, that fourth one, you're stuck with it no matter what. So that is what we consider the mulligan. So this provides you some options because there's 14 slices on the wheel. So, I mean, there's a lot that's going on, and there's pretty much no rules for writing it. So sometimes they're going to get a little weird. So, with that said, Zach, he wrote the question, so the categories are updated. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin, and I'm gonna do one at a time, and I'll read out loud what it is, show it on the camera, and then spin the next one. So here's the first spin. It is 2000s, which is
once again, that's just the year 2000. Just 2000.
Oh, 2000.
No, not the decade.
Nope, it's the year 2000.
Okay.
Ooh, I probably would take that.
Which, knowing the ones that you watched, I'm not terrible with that. Okay. This is why that rule is 2000. So now I have a 63 chance of having to be stuck with it. And
Something different.
Netflix. I'm gonna stick with 2000, the year 2000.
Okay.
Oh, and for the record, I didn't clarify this. There's no spinner's choice. There's no any of that type of stuff because you get 3 spins. That's just leaving it at that. So it's all your own luck. So I'm gonna get questions from 2000.
Okay, not that far. Okay, so these are all about movies that were released in the year 2000, starting with the one I discovered I super love. In Billy Elliot, what industry striking union does Billy's father and brother belong to?
Multiple choice.
Okay, so it's A, teachers, B, auto workers, C, coal miners, or D, steel workers.
Auto?
That is incorrect.
They're stealing, right?
Yes,
It's coal mining.
it is coal miners. That's 1 point for Jake.
So that in year 9.
Yeah, that's.
Puts us in. Okay. In question 2, in a 2000 biopic starring and directed by Ed Harris, what artist did he portray?
Do I need the first name or is the title of the movie okay?
The title of the movie is okay.
Jackson Pollock.
That is correct for 2 points.
It took me a second to think of. Then Guardians. This will look like a Jackson Pollock painting. I couldn't remember his first name.
For some reason, when you said Ed Harris, I was thinking Ed O'Neill.
I was thinking of Ed Woods at first.
I want to see Ed O'Neill as Jackson Pollock. That would be an interesting movie.
I want to see Ed O'Neill as Ed Wood.
Okay. Question 3. What is the name of Alejandro G. Inarritu's full-length debut released in 2000?
Amoros Perros.
Yes, correct. 2 points.
English translations, loves a bitch.
And for the lead. That was the lead. We're at 7-6, Henry, now.
I'm so good.
Okay, question 4.
Out of 5, by the way, I did mention that we do 5, just because I like number 5.
Yes, 5. And more questions, more fun. But question 4. What director had 2 Best Director nominations for movies released in 2000?
Steven Soderbergh.
Steven Soderbergh, points.
These are my questions.
Ah.
Soderbergh's one of my favorite directors.
My life
I wrote the wrong correct answer for this one. I highlighted the wrong one. But I know it. Because this is another one, super on brand. In High Fidelity, what song does Barry's band play at the record release party? Just watched it.
Yeah. I know who it was by, but I can't remember the song, so give me a multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, Let's Stay Together, B, Sign, Seal, Deliver, C, Let's Get It On, or D, Me and Mrs. Jones?
Let's get it on.
It is Let's Get On, 1 point.
Yeah, is that James Brown or?
That's Marvin Gaye.
It's who?
Marvin Gaye.
Oh yeah, but I knew that I was on the right thing. So.
Okay, that was a 7-point round for
I'm
Henry.
not a music guy. I don't know music. My buddy who's watching, he was just like, "You're an idiot. Of course it's not James Brown." I don't know.
And it's one of the best scenes in the movie.
Yeah,
and one of the,
and for only seeing it once, I remembered. I knew the song. I just couldn't remember. I'm not a music guy. So let's go.
All right.
Knocked out. And I'm playing Jake, so that's an accomplishment. All right, your first spin.
That 2018 indie. Ooh.
2018 Indies.
That's one.
Fun. It's gonna be hard when you're in Australia. You haven't gotten all the movies yet.
Boats. So movie boats.
Is it no? Is that which one is that?
That's movie
is
boats.
That the vertical?
That's boats. That's on the water.
Okay, what's the other one look like? Oh, okay. I can't see what it's on.
All right, last one, potentially.
Young stars.
Those, to clarify, that is young hot actors today in Hollywood.
Like today?
Under 30 and under.
But today?
Today.
Okay.
As of today.
I wasn't sure if it just meant actors that age for their movies.
Let's go 2018 indies.
Starts up today.
Ooh, interesting.
Did you say 2018 indies?
Yeah.
All right. Let's make sure it doesn't. Let's test out. Make sure it doesn't go away. It's looking good. All right, go ahead.
Okay. In 2018 indies, question 1. In Hearts Beat Loud, Nick Offerman's character owns what kind of store?
Multiple choice.
Okay, is it A, bookstore, B, record store, C, grocery store, or D, comic book store?
The record store?
That is correct for 1 point. It's a
That was
charming.
my initial guess.
Okay. Question 2. What is the crew of college students trying to steal in American Animals?
I'm sorry, repeat the question?
What is the group of college students trying to steal in American Animals?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, cars, B, money, C, art, or D, books?
Art?
That is incorrect. Henry for the steal.
Can you repeat the options?
Okay, A, cars, B, money, C, art, or D, books?
So it's like my brain wants to say that books is there because art was there. But you're also a weirdo, so I'm just going to do the safe bet and say cars.
That's incorrect. It is books.
Damn it!
Ah!
I knew that one of those was
It's
there
a
because of the
Darwin-
other one.
It's a Darwin book and a, I believe Leo, or whoever drew the pictures of the birds. Technically, it's an artistic book, but it's a book. Okay. Question 3. What comedian directed the movie 8th Grade?
Bo Burnham.
Yes, that is correct. 2
I knew
points.
there was going to at least be one 8th grade questionnaire, and I'm just glad it wasn't what movie did Bo Burnham direct, because then it would have been even worse, because I at least said the title.
Okay, this one's maybe not technically an indie, but I was fluid with that. What actress stars as the titular character in Tully?
Charlize Theron.
That is incorrect.
Yeah,
What?
It's the
Ah,
girl.
fuck. Damn it. That's me. That's on me, yeah. That's me not paying attention.
I don't know her name.
It is. Do you know it now, Jake?
No. I had no idea. I would need multiple choice.
It's Mackenzie Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have probably got
I'm pretty
that if I
sure I
got
got that
asked
on multiple
multiple
choice, and I'm wishing you would have went there, so I at least could have got a point. But I mean, then again, you could have got it right. So
Charlize
Yeah.
Theron
I
was in the
said-
multiple choice.
I misread the question. I thought it was there. That's on me.
It's that fancy word, titular. Fun word to say. All right. Question 5. What animal does Olivia Cook's character kill in the beginning of Thoroughbreds?
I need to see Thoroughbreds. Multiple choice.
Is it A, horse, B, dog, C, rabbit, or D, cat?
Rabbit?
That is incorrect. I do feel
It was a horse, right?
it was a horse. Also, I think the title should kind of give it away.
Thoroughbreds is one of my favorites this year. I actually really like that movie.
Okay, that was a rough round for Jake. And
Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have gone 2018 Indies. I haven't seen any of them.
going into round 4.
Round 4.
We are
no,
at...
round 3. Face-off's not a round. It's just a 3.
Okay, going into round 3, Henry has the lead at 11 to 10.
Yes!
Ooh.
All right, guys. So this is how round 3 is going to go. This is a lot different than anything we're going to have, and this is the main reason why we're doing a trial, just because we have no idea if this is actually going to work. On paper, it's intriguing, so we're going to, fingers crossed, hope for the best. So what we're going to do is everything is still IMDb based, because, you know, that's a favorite, but it's not. We're not going to call it the IMDb round, and it's definitely different. So, you know, anybody who wants to say that, like, it's not meant to be, but we're being realistic. All the information we're basing it off of is from IMDb, so studying, that's what you're looking for. So that's the point of bringing it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a genre for a movie. Whatever, it's only going to be one genre, so whatever genre you think is the most appropriate to describe that movie, then you're going to do a plot synopsis, and it's going to be a general one because we want to make sure that no character names are said, nothing to do with the title, and ideally nothing to give it away, but if it's a hard movie, then you might be allowed a clue, so that's going to be up to discretion for the writer. And then you're also going to be given a unfinished quote, which ideally is going to be no more than 3 words, which is going to be the gap, but once again, depending on the quote, depending on the popularity, that's also up to discretion. So what the goal is you're going to get up to 9 possible points. So obviously a knockout would be 10. 9 possible points, and you're going to answer what the movie is, first of all. So can you guess the movie based on the synopsis and the quote? Can you finish the quote? Can you say the character that said the quote? Can you say the actor that portrayed the character? Can you say the year the movie came out? Can you say who directed it? Can you name a co-actor in the movie? So obviously, if you got the actor, you might be able to guess a co-actor. Or even if for some reason you didn't get the actor, but you know the movie, you might be able to get a co-actor. So it gives you an option for another point. Did the movie make its budget back? So we don't want to use the phrase flop or not, because that's also, you know, up in the air. So just based on what's written on IMDb, the budget, did it make its budget back? So the 2 numbers that are there. And was it nominated for an Oscar? Regardless of what Oscar, it doesn't matter. Just, is it an Oscar-nominated film? So those are your 9 possible...
Did you say release date as well?
Yeah, what year was
yeah.
release.
Oh, yeah, cool.
So, you know, I'll give you a reminder if you need, but... Or Zach, if you just want to try it out and ask him one at a time and see if he can answer it, just to make it easier, we could do that. So you could say pass. Yeah. You could even pass. Pass, let it sink, and go to the next one. Let's do it that way. So ask him one at a time, okay. And then if you want to pass, do it that way.
All right. And
how many? Sorry. How many are we getting? Just one.
Get one, but it's up to 9 points.
Questions.
Yeah, it's up to 9 points.
All right. That's cool.
And I use general genres, so I didn't veer into subgenre.
Yeah,
names.
just the one that you think describes the movie.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So Henry, you're in the lead. Do you want movie 1 or 2?
I'll go 1.
Okay, that means Jake has 2, and Jake will start. Okay, your summary is, or your genre is comedy. Your summary is, as a result of a tragic accident, a young couple calls for help from a crude and morbid trickster to scare an unwanted family out of their house.
Okay, so the film is Beetlejuice.
Okay.
The release date is...
Just do one at a time, just for theatrics. Yeah, just do one
at
at a time.
Beetlejuice. Okay, so
in your quote,
Beetlejuice.
Your quote is, "Go ahead, make my blank." So Beetlejuice is correct for name the movie. Now finish the quote. Go ahead, make my...
And let them know how many words you're looking for.
1 word.
Pay?
That is incorrect. It is millennium. Make my millennium.
Ah.
What actor said the quote?
What actor said that quote?
Yes. Remember, this is still from Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I'm going to say Beetlejuice.
What actor said it?
Michael Keaton.
Okay, Michael Keaton. That's correct for 1 point. What was the name of the character?
Beetlejuice.
Okay, Beetlejuice is correct. What year did it come out?
1988.
That is correct. Who directed it?
Tim Burton.
Was it nominated for any Academy Awards?
I'm gonna say yes.
And that is correct, for makeup.
Thank you. Yeah, makeup. Good.
Did it make its budget back?
Yes.
That's correct. And name a co-star.
Alec Baldwin.
Sure.
Yeah, as long as it's the person who didn't say the quote, that's a co-star.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so what does that give
Correct.
us?
That's 8. That's 8 out of 9 points. That puts it at 19 to 11. So
I have to either get 8 or I have to sweep.
18 to 11. Sorry, 18 to 11.
Oh, so that makes it a little better.
Yeah.
So I got to get 7.
So you can miss
7.
1.
Or 2 if it's a tie.
Yeah, you can miss 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tie.
It's pretty easy. Let's just try. So, okay, your genre is action. Your descriptor is a billionaire playboy must save a photographer in a city from a sociopathic mob boss with a love for theatrics. And your quote is never rub another man's blank.
Repeat
If
it.
you think this is too hard, I can change the genre.
Repeat it all.
Okay, so it's action. A billionaire playboy must save a photographer and a city from a sociopathic mob boss with a love for theatrics.
Oh, okay. Okay. And what was the
Okay.
quote?
Never rub another man's blank. Okay,
Now I'm just trying
you ready to get started on it? So, name the movie.
See, this is the hard part. And the thing is, if you get any of these wrong, you keep moving on, just for the audience to know. So
There's one key phrase that should separate it.
I know, but I'm trying to think of. All right, one more time, just to make sure. We'll say this is the last repeat.
Oh, I realize, yeah, it's a problem in my writing, though, too, if you say the wrong one. A billionaire playboy must save a photographer in a city from a sociopathic mob boss with a love for theatrics.
Okay, yeah. The photographer, I'm hoping that's okay. So the movie... No, I'm scared. The movie Batman 89?
Is Batman, yes.
Ah.
Okay, finish the quote. Never rub another man's...
I'll pass on that one for now.
Okay, what actor said the quote?
I'll pass on that for now, too, so I can think.
And name of the character, too, then, I'm assuming?
Pass, yeah.
Okay, what year did it come out?
1989.
Okay. Who directed it?
Tim Burton.
Was it nominated?
I'm going to say... yes.
That's correct, for art direction. Did it make its budget back?
I sure hope so, yeah.
It's a pretty easy one.
Yeah.
Name a co-star. Because you don't know who said the
that's what
quote.
I want to make sure I say the right one. And if I, for example, if I say the person who said it, just say wrong. Don't even give me a clue. 'Cause
Yep.
that'll help me on the next one, not be unfair. Just for future reference audience, too. Oh, I always forget her name.
Me too.
Vicky Vale. Let's go with... All right, I'm gonna risk it. Michael Keaton.
That's correct. Which may give you...
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
It's
start.
two, you get 2 of these 3.
Yeah. Well, 1 to tie. That's what I'm worried about for now.
1 to tie. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say who said it. The actor. Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. I don't need to finish the quote. I think. The actor, Jack Nicholson,
Correct.
and the character Joker.
I would also accept
Jack Napier.
Yeah. So, well,
That gives you the
I'll
win.
be an asshole. Was he Joker when he said the quote?
He
For example,
was Joker.
was this pre-transformation?
No, this was post transformation.
Okay.
He's the Joker.
I was just saying,
Joker.
I'd be willing to be an asshole and say I was wrong. Okay, because cocky. So then, yeah. So Joker. So technically, that's the win. But I'm gonna guess the quote: "Never touch another man's."
Never rub another man's. It's important.
Hat.
Rhubarb. It's a meaningless line that's super funny.
Thank God I didn't need that. Ugh. But with that said,
So that's for the win. Who would have guessed?
That honestly, that was one of those situations, a process of elimination. Am I gonna get the right person? I can't remember Vicky Vale's name. I love her in 8 Mile. I love her in LA Confidential. And I love her in The Nice Guys, but I can't remember her name, and I hate.
And a
so
really good round with the 2000 movies.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
All right. So, a quick thought, Jake. If that was a team match, how do you think we would have done?
Oh, we would have won
We would
easily.
have fucking
Yeah,
demolished.
that'd be great.
All right. So, in theory, there was a possible 11, 10, 20, or 11, 21, 30 points out of that, and we scored 19 to 18. Well, not counting steals, obviously. So, out of a possible 30 self points, we got 19 and 18. So, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so quick thoughts. Let's start with Jake. What did you think of the third? This is the only thing we care about. The third round. What did you think? Do you think it can work? Obviously, it could be used some tweaking, but as a whole, do you think it has a decent foundation, or you think it might not work?
I think it would work absolutely. I think the biggest things, and I'm only saying it for this match, was that it was 2 Tim Burton movies that released back to back.
I was lazy.
Little close, but. If it was, and I think the genre like action, I was thinking just straight up action. I'd call that an action adventure.
Honestly,
Or a comic book movie,
literally,
like-
I would literally just said comic book movie. It doesn't.
Okay.
It's not based
Yeah,
on.
that's why I said I was trying to
genre,
avoid.
That's why I worded it that way for genre. Literally, the genre you think best describes it. Because genre on IMDb, there's comic books not a genre. So I personally, that's the only one thing that's not IMDb that I'd be willing to change just because of comic book movies or something like that.
Okay.
Or war.
Yeah,
movies.
but
Sometimes
other than
war
that,
movies aren't under war movies because of whatever. So it's weird.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Is
But I
Beetlejuice
think
a comedy before it's a fantasy?
I would have said fantasy.
I'd call it a comedy. I'd say comedy.
I think either would have been fine. I truly believe either would have been worked.
But the genre didn't really need to help me because I knew the synopsis. But I would say no, it was pretty good. I'd say maybe the quotes were a little too vague. Some maybe a little more, I don't know, memorable. But other than that, like the round 3 worked. There's a little suspense in knowing the film.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool.
Definitely. And then obviously we can tweak on maybe doing just answer, because I like the one question at a time, so maybe asking in order, so we'll always set it to where it's the certain amount, and then you answer that, and then if not counting passes, and then if you tie it up, then you bounce it back. We could flex with that. We'll figure it out. But I mean, as far as the round, Zach, you also think it might be able to work?
Yeah, it'll work. I think just with the memorable quotes, some movies it's just going to be hard to find out super memorable, because like with Beetlejuice, like it's Showtime is the most famous thing, but I can't really just say it's blank.
Yeah.
So that could be a struggle. There's going to have to be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, and then honestly, if we really have to, we could just leave it at plot
My
synopsis.
third one.
We could just make so the plot synopsis is easy, and then you finish the quote, and that's your point. That's not it. Yeah. Maybe the quote shouldn't have to determine the movie. We'll figure it out. But as a whole, I think it has potential. So
absolutely no.
Like originally planned. But hey, now you guys know that directors, obviously those are some crazy movies. So for directors and release dates, the fact that we still did pretty decent, I think that shows that it is a. All jokes aside, this is a lot of fun. We think that this has a chance to work. That's all. We just want this to be a club. There's not. If the questions are easy, we're not here to stump people. We just want to have fun, answer some questions. I would rather see a 100-100 game than a fucking 2-1 game. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. So with that being said, as always, I'm Henry Confidential. Jake and Zach, I really appreciate you taking your time out to do this trial match. And I can't wait to potentially see this club grow into an actual league. So we'll see what happens. Thanks a lot, guys.